Hello everyone, this is Maritime Academy YouTube channel, and in this video also, as you know, we will continue to MARPOL Convention, and so in this video we shall talk about Regulation 19 and 20 of Annex I. Before starting these regulations, please don't forget to support us and subscribe my channel, hit the bell to see my newest video in the next weeks. Thank you. Regarding Regulation 19, I shall tell you that this regulation is about the requirements for the double hull and double bottom of oil tankers which they are delivered on or after 6 July 1996. And it says that this regulation is applicable to tankers more than 600 tons deadweight. But specifically it says that the oil tankers which with more than 5,000 tons deadweight, with 5,000 ton deadweight and more, better I tell like this, which they are delivered on or after 6 July 1996, regarding their own requirements for the designing of double hull and double bottoms, they shall comply with the requirements of Regulation 18, paragraph 12 to 15, which already we talked about that. If you remember, it was a requirement under one big formula. Okay, anyway, I'm keeping the link here. You can have a look to that one. So they shall comply with the Regulation 18 of Annex I, paragraph 12 to 15, and also they shall comply with Regulation 28, paragraph 7 of this regulation, which we will talk about that in near future. Just I want to tell you that Regulation 28 of Annex I is talking about subdivision and stability damage calculations. Anyway, just as a hint, I want to tell you that in this paragraph, means paragraph 7 of Regulation 28 of Annex I, we are talking about calculations and assumptions for damage stability of the ship. And it says that these assumptions, these damage assumptions of the ship shall be added, shall be supplemented with some more details regarding the bottom raking damage extents. And it's clearly telling information that, for example, longitudinal extent shall be this much, transfer extent shall be this much, and vertical extent of the tank shall be this much. Okay, anyway, when we arrive to Regulation 28, we will talk about these details more. Just I wanted to tell you that as per Regulation 19 of Annex I, which is talking about the requirements for the double hull and double bottom, it says that the specifications of these parts, double hull and double bottoms of oil tankers, which they are delivered after 6 July 1996, shall comply with the requirement of these two regulations. Regulation 18, paragraph 12 to 15, and Regulation 28, paragraph 7 of Annex I. Another important part of Regulation 19 says that the cargo tank boundaries shall be protected by the ballast tanks or spaces which they are not carrying oil anyway. And it says that if you imagine the cargo tank boundaries, you will find two spaces. One space is from the cargo tank boundaries to ship side, which we are telling that wing tank spaces. Another space is from the bottom side of the tank, from the bottom side of the tank till the bottom plating of the ship, which we are calling the DB tank spaces, double bottom tank spaces. So just if you imagine these two distances regarding the cargo oil tanks, one more time I repeat. First distance from the cargo tank boundaries till ship side. Another one from the cargo tank boundaries till bottom plating of the ship. In this part of Regulation 19, we are talking about these two distances. Okay, let's tell like that. We call the first distance means the distance from the tank side till ship side, we are calling W. And the distance from the bottom of the cargo tank till bottom plating of the ship, we are calling H. And in this part of Regulation 19, we are talking about the calculation for this W and H. Means distance from the cargo tank boundaries till ship side, and distance from bottom of the tank till bottom plating of the ship. Regarding the W, it says that it shall be calculated by this formula, by this simple formula, or it shall be 2 meters, which is greater, and it says that in any case it shall not be less than 1 meter. Regarding the H, it says also that it shall not be less than breadth of the ship divided by 15 in meter, or 2 meter, which one is greater, and in any case it shall not be less than 1 meter. So it was also the second important part of Regulation 19. In Regulation 20 of Annex I, we are continuing same issues as Regulation 19. But here we are talking about the oil tankers which they were delivered before 6 July 1996. So this regulation means Regulation 19 of Annex I is talking about the requirements of double bottom and double hull for the oil tankers which they were delivered before 6 July 1996. This regulation is applicable to the oil tankers of 5,000 ton dead weight and more. Clearly, it's mentioning in this regulation that the oil tankers which they are complying with Regulation 19 and 28 of Annex 1, they no need comply with this regulation, and this regulation is not applicable to them. So that is clear. In this regulation, we are categorizing this type of tankers, means the tankers which they were delivered before 6 July 1996, in 3 categories: Category 1, Category 2, Category 3. Category 1 are the oil tankers of 20,000 ton dead weight and more, which they are carrying the crude oil, diesel oil, heavy diesel oil, lubricating oil as cargo, or the tankers of 30,000 ton dead weight, which they are carrying other type of cargoes, and they are not complying with the requirements of the oil tankers which they are delivered after 1st June 1982. This was the first category. The second category is the same, but they are complying with the requirements of the oil tankers which they are delivered after 1st June 1982. And the third category is the oil tankers of 5,000 ton dead weight, but the dead weight not more than whatever we told in category 1 and 2, means 20,000 ton dead weight and 30,000 ton dead weight. So category 3 is the oil tankers which they are delivered before 6 July 1996 with dead weights from 5,000 ton till 20,000 ton, from 5,000 ton till 30,000 ton dead weight. And the other important things that I shall tell you regarding Regulation 20 of Annex I, it says that these type of tankers, clearly it's mentioning in this regulation that these type of tankers cannot run more than 25 years from the date of delivery. And another important part of this regulation, we are reading this, that it says these tankers with more than 15 years, with 15 years and more, better I tell like this, they shall comply with the condition assessment schemes adopted by MEPC 9446, Marine Environment Protection Committee Resolution number 9446. Then they can run. But anyway, just I want to tell you that most of these tankers at the moment not exist in the market. Maybe very, very rarely you can see these type of tankers running somewhere under some special requirements of flag states, under very limited voyages. But I can tell you, mostly not exist. Anyway, thank you for watching me again. We talked about Regulation 19 and 20 of Annex I. It was about the requirements of double hull and double bottom of oil tankers, which they were delivered on or after 6 July 1996 and before 6 July 1996. Thank you so much for watching me, and good to see you again in near future with another video regarding MARPOL Convention regulations or any other subjects. Thank you so much.